Go Loud presents the Talking Bollox podcast.
What you waiting for? Put your back in it. Just a little more. Throw your weight in it now. Tell your body you're tense. Walk it hard and long. When you finish that,
The hip knocker.
go down, go down, go down. Come up, come up, come up.
Quick shout out to Manscaped for supporting this podcast. Summer is coming, time for you to prioritise the comfort of your crotch.
Manscaped has spent over 2 years designing their new boxer briefs. They're called the Boxers 2.0. The good thing about boxers, Terence, yeah, a nice comfortable pair. They keep all your furniture in the centre of your sitting room, you know what I mean? You don't want that popping out. Any unwanted guests slipping out the sides or anything like that. You need to keep the lads comfortable down there as well.
Yeah, I'm having that. They're not just any boxers either. They're tagless and like flat against the skin so you don't get the chafing. And there's a fly in it for making going to the jacks quick and efficient.
The Boxers 2.0 come in many different designs, colours and every size, from small all the way up to triple XL. Go to manscaped.com, use the code GOLOUD20 for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. That's GOLOUD20 at manscaped.com.
Once the Boxers 2.0 touch a sack, you'll never go back. Boom, episode 84 of the Talking Bollox podcast, brought to you by Go Loud. It's me, Terry Flower.
It's me, COB.
What's happening?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Fuck the intro, wouldn't it?
Just straight in.
Yeah,
what's up? How are you, mate?
What's the story? Yeah, 2 sofas or 2 chairs. Who's on?
Pillows.
Yeah, 2. I'll happily take a nap here, Terry. No problem.
I can do it a nap.
Yeah.
Big time. Started training this morning in the Alta train with John Cabinet. Getting ready for the fight in December.
Yeah.
I'm fucking bolloxed. Oh.
Do you have a nap?
Yeah, that's the issue.
I rang you earlier on. You were like, I'm not going to go to sleep because I'll be bollocks later. And what did you do?
Had a nap. I set the alarm. I went to sleep at 12. I set the alarm at 1 o'clock. I woke up at 3:30.
Sound.
Bollocks.
How did that happen?
What? In what
Did
sense?
you hear it?
What?
Did you not hear the alarm? Like, oh.
I heard that and I snoozed there. Said I'll have 15. I'll have 15 more minutes to say to myself. Yeah.
Half hours later.
But
you know what your problem was there? You went to sleep last night and you got up at 3 o'clock this morning. You got training at 6.
that's not true.
It's not far off the truth. What time did you go up at this morning?
4:30. And you know,
Training at 6.
yeah, but luckily I did. So I was going to get up at 4:30 anyways, just to go up, get what I like to be ready. See me, I hate like when say I woke up at 5:15, I have to go up and get washed and dressed and I'm rushing over and you're like, oh, it's just too much. So I set the alarm at 4:30, got up, washed, dressed, went down, got a coffee and the whole lot. And thank fuck, because I was sitting in the gaff down there about, what time was it? It was about 5:10 and I says, I don't know what happened. It just clicked in my head, you know, again, something. When there's something wrong, right, my head just starts ringing bells on me, yeah? So, a quick example before I get into this one, yeah? I was going out Saturday night, yeah? And this actually leads into it. So, I was going out Saturday night, so I was walking up to my mate to get a taxi with him over to somewhere to gender reveal, yeah? So, I was walking up Manor Street, got to Auckland Street Church, and my head started ringing bells, and I was saying, there's something wrong. Something wrong. Now, does that happen to you?
The odd time, yeah.
Yeah. So, everything was ringing.
When you were going on about it, you were like, dashboard lights and all were going on, flashing and everything.
That's what happens, right? So I stopped and I goes, I think I'm at the leaving the hiding on, yeah? And I goes, no, I wouldn't have. So I walked again and I said, it's better safe than sorry, isn't it? So I had to walk all the way back down to the gaff and the iron was on in the gaff. So it was like, thank fuck for that. So then I got the bike and cycled up and left the bike up there. So then this morning, me brain start going again, boom, 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 there's something severely wrong here, yeah? So I was saying, what the fuck is that? Boom, I'm at to leave the bike in my mask gaff. So I had to go up, walk all the way up to my mask gaff, get the bike, then cycle all the way off the Inchicore, and then there was session. And then now I'm just all over the gaff. I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
Yeah, you're getting into the routine though. You'd be fresh after a few days doing it.
It was brand new getting up. Everything was cool. It was just like that. Like inconvenience, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, like
the inconvenience of what, taking a nap.
Yeah. Like rookie mistake. I was gonna stay up, but then I was saying to myself, if I got an hour in, I'll be alright for the podcast. Because earlier on, now when you're real tired and you have that feeling in your stomach and all, and you're like, oh, I don't even want to talk to anyone.
But naps during the day are a risky game, aren't you? Like,
risky.
You always just go to sleep for a while, and then you wake up, you're like, oh no, I'll go back and sleep for another hour, and that's it. That's your
Yeah.
day round. And you wake up in the horrors. You're always in the horrors. You never wake up fresh during the day. You're always in the horrors.
When I see me when I grew up out of that bed, I kicked the runner. I picked the thing up and all. I was like going, oh, I don't.
Smash this gaff up.
You know what I mean? I have full-on arguments with myself and all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll break this gaff up. I'm like, it's my gaff. What? Who am I arguing with? It's not like I'm threatening someone.
I fell asleep the other day on the sofa. Me, Harper, and Amy. And they were
3
watching,
years on the show. That's some sofa.
they were watching something. I was asleep.
All right.
And Amy woke me up. She goes, go to bed. And it was literally about 6:30. And I was like, I don't want to go to bed. She goes, you're a cranky cunt. I was like, obviously I'm only awake and you're asking me questions and telling me to do stuff. But that's the thing.
Go to bed at 6:30. That's like being grounded.
Isn't it? That thought wrecks me head as well. Like, do you ever see me only wake up and like someone says something to you and you disagree with, like someone will say like, do you want something? You're like, I'm not hungry. You go, you're a cranky cunt. I'm only
100.
awake and I just disagreed with something you said and you think I'm cranky now.
100%. That
That
is.
annoys me even more. That makes you cranky then.
That is the most, Carvel, that is one of the most annoying things in the world.
It wrecks me head.
Oh,
But you know what else? It's a cracker. Do you ever go to sleep before you go out? It'd be about 9 o'clock. You'd be like, oh, I'm bollocks. You ever going out now? And then you go to sleep for half an hour and you're fresh as a daisy. Do you ever get that now?
no.
Oh, bro.
See, if I'm going now, I get the butterflies and all. I can't even think.
Yeah,
Like,
shadow boxing and all walking up and everything just in case.
like, I don't be like if I know I'm going out, I'm like, yeah, look, boys, I can't even talk out straight and bollocks there. If I know I'm going out, I'm like, I'm excited to go out.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So I'm not like, I'm never like, oh, I think I'll have a nap before.
Yeah, you know, some of them days where you go out, but like, you know, like sometimes you go out and it could be 8 o'clock, but then sometimes it could be late when you're like, right, I'll
Yeah.
meet you somewhere at 10:30, and you're like, it's at the end of a long day, and you're like, oh, it's only 9 o'clock now, I'm fucking knackered.
Yeah, quick
You're like-
power nap, quick
Yeah.
half an hour in there,
Half an hour and you're fresh.
ready to go.
Yeah. Or do you ever stay up to watch the fights? And you'd be like,
No, I've never been stayed up to watch the fights in my
we were out one night a few months ago. We went back to Terence's gaff to watch the fights. And the way Terence's gaff is, he has 2 sofas. So one's against the wall and then one's at the side. So if you're sitting at the one at the side, the one that's against, you can't see the one that's against the wall because it's behind
Because
you.
the telly's staying in front.
Because I was sitting the one against the wall and I was bollocks and I kept thinking to myself, can't let him see me going to sleep. Can't let him see him going to sleep. And he was lying down on the one against the wall, or against the side. And I was like, right, he can't see me. So if we just doze off here now for a few minutes, I'll be fresh. And I was looking at the telly about to snooze off. All you hear was. And I was like, did that cheeky cunt had to go to sleep? I goes, Terence. He goes, what? I goes, you had to be in a sleep. And yeah, do you know what you said? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. And you're the worst snorer ever. There's no one that even can compare to how bad you snore, Terry.
I know.
Let me step in my gaff before and I could feel the vibration through the wall.
walls were
The headboard and all was shaking.
Oh, but you need to. I broke me now 7 times.
I know.
And I've
I'm on
done-
sleep face down or something.
Ounces of over in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking mountains of the stuff. My nose is just not fit. Like,
But it's
to be
actually not
doing-
your nose. Do you know, it's the your back of your throat and your tongue.
I'm blaming my
makes it
nose.
snore.
Blaming
That's
my
why
nose.
people will be choking and all. You're like a bleeding pug.
Oh, yeah. I'm very bad. I need
I'm
to get a
still
shot.
alive, is he?
Yeah.
And then he starts breathing
And
again.
you know what? I have a neck like a jockey's bollocks because I can't stand people that snore. I mean,
Remember we stepped in your gaff for the Goggins challenge and you were snoring, remember? And I was swinging digs at you.
you gave me a dig. Yeah.
And I said no. Remember you were like, did you hit me last? I was like, no.
Yeah. I was like, I know I got a box in my sleep. I know
Like,
that for a
what's it
fact. But that was actually a great. I'd do that Goggins challenge again.
Oh, do it again. 100% do it again.
When?
What month are we in now? We actually haven't got time to do it when I think about it. I was thinking about this on the way over.
we actually don't
We're
have
going to
any
be flat
time.
out now until like September. No, past September.
Till like late September, yeah.
We have this thing coming up this weekend. Will we give it a little drop?
Are we allowed? Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing the Sleeping with the Entity. So myself, Terry, John Connors,
Turner Williams.
and the production team, we're going to one of the most haunted locations in Ireland. We're going to bring a historian in, a spiritual expert, and then me and Terence are going to spend the night there. How do you feel about it?
I'm alright about it because ghosts aren't real.
Right, sound. We'll come back to it. But that's that. And then
Yeah.
we're into August. Then the live show was in August, the 19th of August,
My
right,
birthday.
which is not too far away. Then Electric Picnic is like a week or two after that.
Yeah.
Then you're into September. We've the podcast awards in September as
What?
well.
What?
What?
Podcast awards?
Yeah, are in September. And that's the middle of September. I think it's like the 15th or the 16th. that's that. And then it's basically October.
And then we're
following.
definitely going to have
That's
another
Christmas.
live show booked for not long after that, I'd imagine.
Well, hope.
Hopefully. But, yeah.
So we're doing the Gargan Challenge in April 2023.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Back to the sleeping with the entity thing, yeah. So we actually talked about this when we had Carl on Awful Gas, yeah. Shout out to Carl. And we were talking about doing this, and then John reached out and asked us, did we want to do it? And we were like, yeah, this is grand. And then when I agreed to it, I was like, I actually don't want to do this.
yeah, you are very hesitant about doing it.
I still am, Terence. I swear to God, I'd be sitting in the gaff at night. Do you know when I'm watching?
But you don't believe in it.
I know, and this is the fucking stupid thing. I'm an idiot. Because I'm one of them people, I'm very rational, and I have to think through things like step by step and logical. And like, if it's not in front of me and it can't be proven, it's not real to me. Do you know what I mean? Same reason like I'm on your side with the aliens.
Yeah.
Like I get the whole possibility that the universe is so big and so vast and constantly expanding, and every star you see in the sky is basically a system of planets. So how could you not be?
Yeah.
How could there not be alien life out there? Yeah. Where's the alien life? So I'm just like, no. Same with ghosts. Do you know, people are like, oh, seeing a ghost and all. Did you though? There was a draft in the fucking gaff. Oh, gotta chill. Yeah, close the window. You know, things like this.
Oh, stop.
So I'm like that, but then like I'd be sitting in the gaff and everyone goes to bed, and obviously I stay up a bit later, and then I'd be sitting there like pitch black and like a bit scared now.
You reckon that's because your body can actually feel them?
No, I reckon because I had a traumatic experience with that stuff growing up.
Right, go on.
Like,
Don't just say that and then like be like, right, we're gonna move on to something else. You make it into this traumatic
but you know, like
experience.
films and all growing up, and then you hear stories of the banshee that people used to tell you to scare you, and then you'd hear the cat crying, and people like, see, that's the banshee, and all.
But see your logical brain, does that not go, oh, they were just scary films and just a banshee?
Yeah, but not when you're 7.
All right, but you're not 7 anymore.
No, I'm 28 now. But you know when I used to live in my ma's and I heard a cat crying like that, I'd close the window.
Do you remember they used to say like the banshee combs her hair and then they hit you with the comb, you're dead?
Yeah.
You want to see using the flat years ago, we used to be rattling going
Yeah,
around.
I used to think like, what if she throws that? Well, like, what if she's fast and all? I used to be thinking to myself, because like you can't outrun her, and if someone's beside you, they're definitely gonna hit you with the cone, like. And then you'd always hear somebody be like, my uncle said he seen one sitting on the pram sheds, and all. You're like, no way, never walking past them sheds again.
Yeah.
It's mad, but like things like that, and then like, we used to go out with the youth club and years ago, and they used to do like seances and all that shit, and they used to start up the bits.
And then we're all traumatised to the
Yeah.
backbone.
Yeah.
Afraid to do anything.
Do you know what I mean? Like if someone broke into the gaff, I'd like to think I'd confront them. But say if I heard a smash in the gaff and I walked in and there was nothing there, I'm locking the door and just going to bed. Good luck. Fuck that.
Or getting out of the gaff, like, taxi back into your man's.
Basically, yeah.
Keep
Just
it.
leaving everyone out there. So I don't know. It is a weird one because, yeah, I am one of them people that don't believe in it, but when I'm in that situation, I will be scared. And I keep saying it to you. Do you know, like, we've to spend the night there. I'm like, yeah, grand. Me and Terence are going to be stuck to each other for the whole night.
You'd be holding me hand if I go for a show. He's shitting.
I actually am really scared. I swear to God, I'm very scared of this.
No.
And they're talking about bringing in this fucking high-tech cameras and all that. You can see spirits. And I'm like, what is this? Like,
Some crack.
yeah, well, sure, look, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's
Coming soon. Right. We're already rambling. Zingers from last week. What was the zingers? Right, here we go. In the chip idea, call it, thank fuck for this as well, by the way. Jesus Christ. A battered sausage or a sausage and batter. We said last week,
some
like,
serious blowback from that.
anyone who calls it a sausage and batter,
Yeah.
don't ever listen again, and I mean it. So it was only 2% of people, which is
Yeah.
great. So that's 156 people who's not listening again, right? It's like nearly 7,000 people battered sausage and 2%. But 98% for a battered sausage, 2% for the sausage and batter. Yeah?
Supposedly someone messaged in and said up the north they call it battered sausage.
Oh, yeah, no, they're
Portion of batter. Can I get a portion of batter? So yeah.
bad. Well, you can get a portion of batter, like a batter burger, batter sausage.
Don't know. It's the Nordies, bro. You know what they're like.
Mick Conlon and all up there,
Did you
Kevin.
get a portion of batter there?
Yeah, he got a box on me, that McFella. I need to stop doing that.
Terence is cranky's calling everyone out.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get a hiding on the way home after this. Would you rather have a hairline that's receding or proceeding? Obviously, we all meant proceeding because it's better to have more than less, blah, blah, blah. Proceeding 70%, receding 30%.
That's a lot of people who said receding.
No, proceeding is 70.
Yeah, but like 30% is still a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people to say
Yeah,
they'd
well,
rather
it
the
is,
hairline
yeah.
going backwards
It's
than forwards.
2,000 people.
Getting up every morning, you have more face to wash. Weird.
Right? Moving on. Would you rather have a dog with a cat personality or a cat with a dog personality?
Yeah, everyone definitely said dog. Oh, cat with a dog personality.
65% said cat with a dog personality. 35% said a dog with a cat personality, yeah?
Imagine having a fucking Doberman that was a cat. Do you know what I mean?
But he's not a cat, is he, though? He's a dog.
Yeah,
He just
but he has a cat's personality.
sleeps and all.
No, bro, and bleeding, goes around hitting you and all.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're getting a dig on Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Keep
Basically
it.
have a toy got in the gaff.
Yeah, basically, right? And then the last one, don't even want to call this out. Who does the nicer breakfast roll, Jers or Decos? It's obviously Decos. Like, Jers is top, so I said the last thing, but Decos is nicer. I
You're
don't
trying
care.
to cover up or something.
Yeah, no, like this isn't subjective to me.
Right.
Right, so Decos is nicer, end of the story, so I don't even know why we did the singer.
Right.
There's obviously just more Southsiders listening. Cheers, 63% said cheers, 47%. Listen, people is only saying that who only had cheers. Go and have a Decos. Declan and Donald's on Bolton Street. Go and have it and come back to me.
You definitely shouldn't be allowed to vote unless you have both.
Yeah, and I know for a fact most didn't have both.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
And actually, I need to call you out on something.
Bollocks.
Because
Bollocks.
you went and had the Jers for the first time a few weeks ago.
I did.
And I always said, like, oh, I have to go and get one, but it's over on Ballyferm. It's a bit out of the way. And you were like, oh, you had it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have it sometime as well to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And then when you put that singer out, I was like, I only have a certain number of
Yeah, Vic, you need to be
small
quick.
window here to get this. So that singer went out Thursday night. I went over there Friday morning, yeah, and the queue was out the door. So I was like, this is a good sign. So I'm in the queue for about 20, 25 minutes, and no one looked at me. And I was like, no one knows who I am here. No one's listened to the episode, then more importantly. So that's grand. Into the shop, and then one calls me. She goes, hey, you next. And I goes, yeah, can I get 2 breakfast rolls? And then the other one from behind the counter turned around and goes, would you not go over to that other place where that 11 out of 10? And I went, bollocks. And they lifted me out.
That
They
right?
lifted
No,
me out.
that right to do that.
Yeah, but not to me. I didn't say it.
Yeah, but you
And
know
like,
the
oh,
crack.
what's the story with that? And I was like, hey, look, it wasn't me, it was the other fella. And then I was texting you on the phone. I was like, bro, there's more there. And then you rang me and they were all giving out to you then.
They were all roaring at me and all. I was like, I said it's. Look, I gave it can't go higher. Like, it's 10 out of 10. Only Decos can be 11 out of 10. Like, I gave it a 10. What more do you want from me?
Well, yeah, some feeding one of them. Mother of God.
Yeah, they are tops.
No, they are unbelievable. I genuinely, hand on my heart, think they're on par. I, like, if you could only have, if you could say, look, oh, we can't go to Jers today, we have to go to Decos, it'd be like sound and vice versa. I think they're on par with each other.
Right, but I'm putting you on the spot. Like, if you had to burn one to the ground. Which one are you burning to the
I'd
ground?
probably burn Decos to the ground because the boards over in Jers were hostile. They,
Right.
like, they wouldn't settle for that. They burn your gaff down.
They come look away there.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why.
That's the only
It's
reason why.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go up to the Decos and they're all like, oh, hi, how are you? And all. And they're like, oh, yeah, sound. You go over there, they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah,
breakfast
sound,
roll,
like-
please.
Yeah.
But now, shout out to the girls over there. They're all bleeding bang on. They were
Legends, aren't
full
they,
of
yeah?
banter, they were, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not as nice as Decos. Right, moving on. Right. Singers for this week. I don't have a singer. Someone sent a good question and I'm going to ask you that one.
Come on then. How will I give you my one and said?
Actually, it's actually stupid. I'm going to have to mess with it.
Right, I'll get my one out of the way then because yours sounds like it's going to be better than mine.
Right, go.
So, you know them sweets and they're rock solid. You can't really.
I was like Christy Dignam now.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
I'm just sitting there going, long way. Go on.
You know them sweets are rock solid. You can't really bite them or else you bleed and smash your teeth. What do you call them?
Bro, that could be a billion sweets.
You know them. They're a
Frosties.
ball. It's a ball.
What flavour?
It's a jawbreaker, I tell you, yeah?
Jawbreaker, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people call them gobstoppers.
I've heard both. It's not like as if that's like. Remember, it was like fucking Mariah Van a paddy wagon. We were like, what the fuck's a paddy wagon?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard both.
Right, well, someone got on to me. Again, this was from the wedding. Because remember last week, it goes, oh, I heard the singer at a wedding.
Yeah.
Someone messaged me there and goes, I paused that podcast in front of me board and said, this is my singer coming up and played it, and it wasn't his. And he messaged me there today to say, you made a show, mate. So,
Right, valid point.
Gardy,
You
this
did
is
have
your-
to ask
yeah.
her.
You probably have to bleep his name as well because he's a bit ropey. But
Scumbag, is he?
yeah, so
Right,
this is
sound.
your singer. Is it a gobstopper or the jawbreaker?
Right,
There you go.
good singer.
Do you think so? I think it's third, but here we are.
No, I think it's good because I've heard both.
Yeah,
I'd say Jawbreaker.
I say jawbreaker.
Right, right, we're going to fiddle with this a little bit ourselves, right?
Right.
Someone said, if you could get $5,000 a day for every day you do in prison, how many days would you do? But let's change that for $5,000 because I do 10 years and just come out when I'm 35 loaded. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So let's change it to like £500 a day.
How many days would I do?
Yeah, for £500 a day.
500 quid is still decent. You come out in 10 days with $5,000.
Yeah.
That's actually alright.
$5,000 is like
For
it,
10 days though.
yeah, but it's still nothing like.
Yeah, but think about it. You're not paying any money. You're not paying rent.
Right, £50 a day.
You're getting a fiver.
£50 a day. How many days you do?
I do 10.
So you get £500.
Yeah.
You do 10 days in the joy for 5. You just do a week's work.
Yeah, but you're doing 10 days not paying rent, getting fed, and being able to whatever do what they do in the joy.
Talk about downplaying the joy.
I'm not downplaying it, but what I'm saying is, do you know what? It sounds like a bit of peace. You're locked up in yourself for most of the day. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a breakaway.
So you'd only do 10 then?
I do 10. It's a nice round number. Yeah, 500 quid.
I wouldn't do 10 for £500.
Much would you do?
I'd have to
50
do.
quid. How many days you doing?
Like in my head, I'd be like, I'm making this worth me while.
Yeah.
And I'd probably do it. Yeah, that's no, I wouldn't. But what I'm saying is, like, if you offered me £500 to do 10 days in the joy, I'm saying no to it because like, it's only £500.
Right.
But if you're like,
I'm giving you 50 quid a day. How many days you doing? Are you going to do 30? Are you going to do a month?
I do more.
You
Yeah.
going to do 12?
Yeah, I do 2 months.
You do the 60 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are we looking at there? 60 by 50,
3 grand.
3 grand, is it? Yeah.
That's
Right.
not bad. You get £3,000 for 8 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right deal. That's right deal. Yeah, because then I'm like coming out with a nice little lump. I'm not going in doing 10 days, getting started on and all the whole lot and like all that carry on that goes on.
It's well more than 8 weeks.
What?
It's 60 days.
What's that? 2 months?
Yeah, it's 60 days in 2 months, yeah?
Yeah, that's 8 weeks, isn't it?
No.
Is
8,
it
16,
2 months,
24,
not 8 weeks?
32. It's 32 days.
Oh, my head's scrambled. I'm only awake. 8 weeks is 2 months, isn't it?
No,
No,
Bit
tell me
more.
how it works.
bit more. No, sure, 4 weeks is 28 days. Yeah?
Yeah, but it's in
February.
and around.
Yeah, and then it's 4.5 weeks. So it'd be 9 weeks, give or take.
Would it be?
Yeah, because it's 4.5.
Right, so there's 12 months in the year, 4 weeks in a month. Yeah, 12 fours is 48. We're missing 4 weeks.
There's not 4 weeks in a month.
4,
It's 4.5.
4 7's 28.
Yeah. Only 1 month
So-
is 28 days in it. It's February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not know the rhyme? 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest of 31.
Yeah, no, I get it. But, right. Right, I'm over it. I'm over it, right? We got a message to our phone saying zingers.
Right, so Owen is, because only 2 of us, Owen is actually handling the listener questions and he's going to send them in to us.
So he's actually had to send us a load of zingers, but like they're like questions and zingers. So I'm confused,
Just
right?
do a quick fire one.
Right, stand on a leg or bang your toe in the corner. What are you doing?
Standing on a leg.
Oh, I'm banging me toe.
No, I hope, bro. Do you ever bang your toe off the corner and you just lie on the bed?
You know?
Screaming.
You know, like,
And you hear, oh, bro. And you look at your toes and you look like an L. You have one toe pointing up, one toe's pointing the other way. It's like at 3 o'clock.
oh, my anxiety is through the roof.
That's the softest thing ever.
That's it. I'm going to ask that to like most guests now going forward. That's
I'd
it.
rather stand on a Lego.
Oh, no, I'm
No?
banging me toe off. You know, like you're supposed to break a baby toe like a couple of times a year.
Yeah, I know, but it's still very strong. You kick the yoke.
Stand on the Lego, bro.
You know what the worst thing is?
Oh.
The leg pain when you kick something. Because you hear it, you're like, no, it's coming. Ah!
And then you just grab it and squeeze it.
And it doesn't help.
It does nothing
It
for you.
doesn't help. Squeeze your
Oh.
bum for the best.
That's a great one, that is. I think I've done this thing before. Yeah, butter your yolks with a spoon or a knife. I've done that before.
Yeah. you
Right,
did,
so
yeah.
we'll move on
Yeah,
there.
because I remember giving out to you, like, it's a butter knife, and you were like, yeah, but use a spoon because they do it in the centre.
Yeah, that was exactly my point. If you want, this isn't a zinger, is it? If you weren't doing the podcast, what would your dream job be?
I didn't know the podcast was my dream job. Who said that? Who decided that for me?
That's a valid
Sound.
point. This actually legit was my dream job.
Right,
so
right.
I didn't have another dream
Didn't
job.
want to be like a footballer,
Of course.
astronaut.
But I'm not, I thought I meant like realistically.
Yeah.
Because, like, realistically, before this, I was full of Hilver. Like, I was not going to be playing for United anytime soon.
I don't know. What would a dream job? I don't know. It's a weird one. See, I don't like that whole concept. This is me dream job. Wrecks me head, that does.
This was mine.
No, don't get me wrong. This is lethal. I always say to everyone, this isn't a job. This
No,
is
it's
a
not.
hobby.
Yeah, I
It
agree,
is.
yeah.
It's a hobby.
I agree.
Actually, I want to talk about something because someone only had this conversation
go.
the weekend. I was standing waiting on my board somewhere, and the fella goes, "You man out the podcast?" He goes, "You're a lot taller in person."
Oh!
4 people in a week have said that to me.
Yeah, Mars Life. I was in the Laughter Lounge the other night watching Willa. Wish out the Willa, legend quality. Anyways, we were sitting down and there was 2 girls in front of us and we were there, and then they listened to the podcast. One of them was going to the live show and all, and I was chatting to them and it was great. And she's like, "Any chance I can get a picture?" I says, "Yeah, no bother." I stood up to get a picture with her. She's like, "Oh my God, you're so much taller in person."
I don't
What
get
do you mean?
How small do we look on the camera?
I don't know. Well, Owen made a great point. That producer said Calvin keeps his leg up like that. It's the camera on. Calvin keeps his leg up like that and it makes him look smaller.
I'm 6 foot on the dot.
So I'm
85 kilo.
6. You're 6'1", I think, because I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, yeah. If anyone asks, I'm 6 foot, yeah.
Sound.
So, yeah, how small do we look?
I don't get this.
But I get that often enough, like
Oh,
when
I'm a
people
big-
see me.
I'm 85 kilo. I'm a fridge.
Yeah, yeah.
People don't realise that. That's a lot. You're about 70 kilo or something.
No, I'm not. About 75, yeah.
Like, that's a big difference between me and you. And we look the same size, I think.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
Like, walking out
That's
the
because
road-
we're the same height.
Yeah. But
about
no, do you know what I
6
mean?
foot.
Like, but you wouldn't think I've 10 kilo over you.
You're not 85.
I am. I'm telling you, go to the scales. Go to Joe's.
When's the last time you weighed yourself?
About 2 weeks ago. 85
Really, yeah?
kilo, yeah.
You don't
I'm
look
just-
80.
I'm
You don't
constantly
look
85
You
kilo.
don't look 85 kilo. I'm about
what I mean, bro?
75 at the moment. I'm like a rake going.
That's
around.
all. It's all the knowledge, bro. Weighing me down and me flu.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a good one. Right. Would you? Yeah, I like that. Would you rather always be dark or always be bright? That's like in them Scandinavian kips.
Yeah.
That happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you get 24 hours a
Yeah.
And the-
Saw somebody over there. He put up a picture at 3 o'clock in the
Human.
morning. It's scorching him.
human? Yeah. 24 hours a daylight in the summer and then it's 24 hours a wherever.
Quick fire. What would you rather all year round? Go.
Darkness.
Same. Right, moving on. I was going to ask the exact same one. Would you rather be too hot or too cold for the rest of your life?
We already done such a thing. I'm too cold.
Yeah, too cold, yeah. Ice cream or ice pops? Good zinger.
Great thing.
Good zinger.
Christ,
Wow,
put that
that's
hold on to
deeper.
next week.
Yeah, don't answer that. That's
Yeah,
a great
cut
thing.
that,
Look,
cut
I'll fight someone over that. No, don't cut it. But
But we're not answering it.
we're not answering it, yeah. Exclusive for next week. Weirdest combination you'd get on a roll in the deli. I don't think you should be messing with the combinations in the deli and all. Like, don't be acting a bollocks. Get what's nice and leave it at that.
Do you know what? Something I keep saying I have to bring her up because it was early on when we said that it was controversial, and then a lot of people messaged me about it after. Get your chicken fillet rolls toasted. Remember?
Yeah, but like,
Get them toasted because a lot of people were like baffled by that. Now imagine how many listeners we had back then that were baffled. So surely, if the podcast grew, the law of averages says that more people should be baffled now.
people do text us and say that they now get their rolls toasted.
Get them toasted. I promise you, game changer.
I don't get mine toasted.
But it's a game changer. And I get me wrap and all toasted.
Yeah, I get wraps toasted and
Get them
paninis
toasted,
and stuff
trust me.
like that.
Get the cheese on first, then get the chicken, then get it toasted. Otherwise, the cheese will melt and stick to the paper.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I hear you.
Sorting you out.
Right. Now this is just called questions.
Right.
This
Do
is
you want me
mad.
to take over?
Go on, take one, yeah.
Right. This is deadly. We have a direct feed to own. But, like, it's not that sophisticated. It's just WhatsApp. Any tips on anger management?
Oh. No. Like, I don't.
Do you think you have anger issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. No.
You think you did?
Yeah, definitely did. Definitely did. 1,000,000% did. But not anymore.
Yeah. I don't know any tips. Take a deep breath. That definitely works.
Yeah, but it's
Stop
like,
and take a deep breath.
see when you're angry and someone says, take a deep breath, you're like,
That
I'll
annoys
take
you?
your soul.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
But if you, like, embed that into your head when something happens to do with yourself,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where like, I'm just going to take a deep breath.
You know, we
And
do
then
that an awful lot. Actually, that's a great tip because I actually do that an awful lot now.
Just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And
Like-
that's it.
Like earlier on, when I kicked that runner, genuinely, when I grew up in that nap, kicked that runner, I was like, I'll break this whole gaff up. And I was like, just relax.
And then you didn't.
And then I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and wash myself. I'm going to go about my day. That Hirachi is not going to ruin my day. Right? So take a deep breath.
Hurricane Horachi.
And you know, if you actually have like ongoing anger issues, like I think like combat sports is a great help for that as well.
Yeah,
It's a great release. Like even if it's just, I don't mean going in there to like punch someone around, but like hitting a bag or stuff like that. It actually does release like and then it gives you, it's great.
It's quite channel your energy.
Yeah.
Why do non-religious people get their children baptised but never go to mass?
Well, like
There's a few things. I have a theory on this because sometimes you need to be baptised to go into certain schools.
exactly.
And then they make the communion as well. But a lot of them things are for vanity as well. Some people have a hoolie for the Christian. A lot of people have a hoolie for the communion as well. Do you know what I mean? No one gives a bollocks what's actually happening with the sacrament of communion. It's just all about this so much that cost, this so much that DJ was. We had this sweet cart at the party and this, that and the other. No one actually gives a bollocks about like what's happening in the church. I think it's all a vanity thing. So,
It's that body like.
doesn't bother me because I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. But like, being honest, if I have any more kids, I probably won't get them baptised.
Would you not?
Probably not. No, I don't see the need. Unless I have.
What about the skills and all that?
Yeah. But they're kind of doing away with that. We're slowly inching away. Sure, that they're doing away with. Is it, what would you call them? Same-sex skills. You know, all boys, all girls skills. They're doing away with them.
And
My
all
old skill,
competition.
I think starting from next year is going to be boys and girls.
My primary school was boys and girls.
Yeah, I went to primary till I was in second class, and it was boys and girls. And then I went to, from second class, you had to go to an all boys, and then that primary that we were in went to all girls, which is mad. And then my secondary was all boys. And now they're doing away with it. The secondary's going to be mixed.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think it's a good idea as well because people are like, oh, how are you supposed to focus as boys and girls together? I think you focus more. If there was girls there, because when you're 15, and if I make a stupid noise and I'm surrounded by another, don't know, 30, 15-year-old youngbloods, imagine the laugh you're going to get out just immaturity alone. But when there's girls there, you'd be like, that's not funny, that's a bit immature, Calvin, cop on there. Do you know what I mean? To look good in front of the girls.
Right.
That's my opinion on it anyways.
It's not the real. I would have went and gone, there's the positives.
Yeah.
But I hear you, like.
I think
you don't want to make a show of yourself like in front of the boards.
Yeah, and like,
Right.
you just look stupid because girls are more mature than young bloods.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Do you ever see like the mad videos like young fellas doing something stupid like they're on a scrambler and they're driving full speed and they jump off it and then catch back on. It's like, this is why women live longer than men.
Yeah.
They're just smarter.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
Yeah.
Like how I've even made it to 25, nearly 26 is beyond me. Like the stupidest things in the world I've done.
But even the things that we do say to each other and laugh at, Terence.
Yeah. Do you ever say something and you forget that there's someone else around?
Yeah.
And you say something and then their face.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, grow up.
What? Yeah.
You're involved. Like.
Yeah. Jump in, will you? Have you any more to say about that?
No.
All right.
Oh, what was that one? The baptised joke?
Yeah, why do people get their kids baptised?
Yeah, well, that's why.
religious.
But that is why they get them baptised for skills and stuff like that, because sometimes you get confused.
Is there a template you use to reach out to guests, or do you just wing it every time?
Wing it. Every single time. Well, like, sometimes we go on to our producers and the lads here and Go Loud and they'll send off an email.
We actually don't know what they do.
No, we actually don't know
We
what
just
to
say,
do.
can we get this person on? And then, like, you might get a message in a few days' time, like, they're locked in for next week. And we don't know what they do. We don't know if they ring them. We don't know if they approach them somehow. We don't know if they email them.
But they have good contacts.
Send a smoke signal. They do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, but when we're texting someone, it's like, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Love your stuff.
Yeah.
Any chance you're coming on next week or the week
Essentially,
after?
that's how it is.
And it works.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people actually read their messages on Instagram if you just give them a message.
No, but you know what's great about Instagram? So when you get a message, it goes into the message request if they don't follow the person.
Yeah.
So what's happening there is, like, when somebody is messaging someone like who's like famous,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, they didn't see it, they've too many messages. No, they seen your message. They just didn't want to message him.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. You'd be surprised who actually does see it.
Yeah, so
it's on
100%.
them.
You can guarantee anybody who uses text that's seen is a message.
Yeah. Unless they don't run their own social
Yeah,
media.
yeah,
Now, I mean,
yeah.
like, you're probably texting Tyson Fury. Good chance he doesn't run
Yeah.
his own social media account.
Yeah. But the likes of fucking Paolo Nutini, you'll see it.
Yeah. Good
So
old
text him
Paolo,
there.
what? Do you ever think about doing vlogs? Could call it watching Bollox. Is that not what this is, no?
No, it's not. It's definitely not. But no.
What's the difference? What's a vlog? Just like
A vlog's like it, like what we like. Me and you like our Toasty Thursdays.
yeah, Thursdays are a show. I like them.
They're great. Yeah, me and Calvin go for points every Thursday and we don't drink. It's very childish. We spend so much money.
Yeah,
It doesn't make
bro.
sense.
We wanted to talk about that. Talk about that now.
What?
About non-alcoholic.
I'm fucking sick of it.
How is a non-alcoholic Guinness 550 and a normal Guinness 550 in the same fucking pub? Breaks me.
The whole we know the whole yoke that gets made with alcohol, then the alcohol gets took out. Blah blah blah. Like there's ways around that. Like
100%.
if you make them tax free, non-alcoholics tax free.
Yeah, it's an incentive then for people not to drink.
And like it really is. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Like I'm not talking about people stopping like for life or anything like that. But if I go into a pub, say I'm a gargler or whatever, not like an alcoholic, but like I like
Someone
a
who
few gags
drinks.
with the boys, and I'm out with the boys, and I went to a pub, I'm not really in the humour of drinking, and I'm like a pint again is 550, and a non-alcoholic one is 550. Fuck it, I'm just gonna have a pint.
Yeah.
But like if they were like €2 or 250, I'd go. Fuck it, I'll just have the non-alcoholic.
Exactly. It's nice to
that
have the option.
incentive, like.
Yeah, it's nice to have that good option where it's financially beneficial to say, I'm not going to drink today.
Yeah. So something needs to happen.
That's
there.
another thing. Remember, we talked about this, and I can't remember, was it Keevan's episode?
It
was
was
the
Keevan's
very
episode,
first
yeah.
episode this year,
Yeah,
Keevan and
Keevan.
Jacko's episode, where they brought in that minimum unit pricing and they upped the sales of alcohol. Sorry, they upped the cost in sales of alcohol. They didn't put a tax on it.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything with the money. It was just strictly to deter people from buying alcohol. And they thought that was going to work. Was just over 6 months in, they done a study on it. Alcohol sales went up 11%.
But this is exactly what we said in the episode. Like,
And I mean, you could clip that because I
Yeah.
remember Keevan saying it's only going to affect people who really suffer. It's not. It didn't affect anyone. It went up. Everyone's drinking more.
yeah.
I don't get this. We're in a cost of living crisis. Yeah, inflation's through the roof. Petrol's 2 something a litre. And
Yeah.
alcohol sales are gone up 11%.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And you were making a good point yesterday about it. So, non-alcoholic should be exempt from all that. All the taxes, all that minimum unit price, everything. It should be so much significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
To say, this has no alcohol in it. Do you know what some supermarkets, you can't buy non-alcoholic unless you're over 18.
Yeah, someone tried to buy non-alcoholic Guinness the other night or whatever at like 10:15. Obviously, you can't put them through the alcohol thing
At
through at 10.
10:10.
10:15, they were like, no, you can't. It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah. So,
Why can't I fucking buy it?
but obviously it falls into the same category for some reason, which is very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we are. So alcohol sales went up when the government tried to tear people away. Again, an out-touch policy, ridiculous.
Do you want me to take a few of you?
Yeah, go on then.
50. Where are we? Right. On last week's episode, you said you wouldn't have been ready to talk about something like sexual violence a year ago, but now you are. Are there any topics now that you'd be wary of talking on for any reason? Taking on, sorry.
Is there anything that we strictly wouldn't talk about?
No, like COVID was one of them where we're like, that's a lose, there's no point.
Yeah, even though we did.
Like we mentioned it, but I don't like we could have done episodes on that. And just
yeah.
being like, we talked about COVID this week. We talked about COVID this week, and people are tuning in to get our opinions. But we were like, we mentioned it once. We were like, we're not mentioning it again.
Yeah.
End of story. But like we could have. That would have been one of them. But like no, but like last year, like when we did get that message, like remember that, like remember you were saying it and all, and I was like, we're actually not ready to talk about something like that.
And I found last week really, really difficult. I remember sitting here and I remember, do you know, I get agitated. So I do sit up with my foot on the seat like this. And I remember I rubbed my leg and my hands were soaking. Do you ever, and do you know what? I know it sounds childish and it's a stupid comparison. But do you ever see when you used to be playing Warzone and the controller be slipping out of your hands because you're so nervous? That's how I felt last night. Last week. I was soaking. I was like, this is really awkward. And I was saying it to Sarah, I messaged her last night, how cool she was telling that story. She tells it like it's not her who she's talking about, which is unbelievable considering it was only 3 years ago.
She's obviously done a lot of work.
Whatever she done is a bleeding miracle. Like it's worked wonders. Like wherever.
Because obviously
healing
there's a
she's
lot of
done.
survivors out there who like that be trigger words like where if you said a certain word to them, I'd imagine they'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like that and this, and there's no harm in that, but it's just like certain things will bring things up like
Yeah.
fucking like PTSD, like, you know what I mean? But with her it was like, ask me anything. There's nothing you can say wrong. Blah blah blah.
Which it was deadly.
Yeah.
Like when you think back to it, the message we got from it, and like people were reaching out and like I went through something similar to this, and we can relate to that, and I was like, fuck, it's so common because she gave a stat and she was saying that this would be more, it's gonna happen to more people than something else. I can't remember exactly what she said, and then that kind of stuck with me and like, geez, like this actually does happen to a lot of people in society. So like it could literally happen to someone that you know, but not that it'll just help them. It'll help you have that conversation with them to make them realise that, look, it happened here, but it doesn't define you. Like let's walk past this. Let's address the elephant in the room, and we can help walk past it. You know, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's 80-something episodes in. I think we've had some hard moments. We have some great moments on the podcast, and I think it helps you grow, doesn't it? You grow as a person.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
And yeah, we're all for fucking change as well. Like, so how are we supposed to be telling people to change it, but we're not willing to have a conversation that's going to change us? So yeah, how did you find last week?
Good answer. I'm the exact same. I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like talking about it. Like, I was like gammy for about like an hour or two after. Like, I was like, that was mental. Like, when she was talking about it, I felt like I was watching it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
She's running out.
It was very vivid, wasn't it?
Oh, it was like, oh. And then like for a while after, I was like, my head is scrambled. But she's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a warrior.
Yeah. Like legend is literally the only word I can think to describe her.
Yeah.
And then even after, like, we were having the crack with her and all, and I was like, this is madness. Like, you were able to do that podcast, and then there you're still cracking jokes and with us after, and not about it too. Like,
Yeah, I think we were more like I thought like she might be a little bit shook.
Yeah.
We were
You were
shook.
rattled.
We were rattled out in the balcony.
Yeah.
And she was cracking jokes, and I was like, oh, it's grand.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Right, moving on. Sarah Grace and legend. Bollox. Look what come up. Where's the camera? This yoke? Yeah. Sound. Me cup. Owen. I can't talk to Owen. We need to get Owen a fucking mic for when he's in there. Me cup come back up. When did this go missing?
Oh, easily 4 months ago. Easily.
Long. I think it was.
Yeah, but remember it came back and then it went again.
I'm going to have to look back on the episodes.
Yeah, it went
Do
missing.
you remember I started an episode, said I only got my cup back last week and it's fucking gone again. What episode was that?
Oh, that could have been more than 4 months ago. I feel like it was Pat Divley's.
Why is that ringing bells as well?
Because I remember whoever was on, we were real calm and chill with them, and then being like, the fucking mugs are gone, and they were like, oh, and I'd be like, oh, sorry about us.
I think I'm right. When was Pat?
Early, like March or February or something like that.
Anyways, Owen found me cup and he won't tell me where he found it.
So that means he knows who had it.
100%.
Trying to cover some.
100%. And if I find out who it was,
mine is still gone, by the way. I'm just putting it out there. Like, at least Terence's is coming and going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The yo-yo mug. Mine's just completely gone.
that vanished
It's just gone.
last year at some stage. And
And that's it.
It
They
just-
vanished together, and then yours came back.
Yeah.
Mine's out there.
gone.
The ether. Good luck.
Pat Kenny has it in the gaff, I'm telling you. $1,000,000% he
Oh,
has it
Pat
in the
Kenny's
gaff.
mantelpiece. You have that frame as well there, Terry.
Oh, little frame. So, shout out to the Wheelock family. We actually got this off them a couple of weeks ago when we were at our protest, which this camera here again. Can you see that? Because it's like really reflective. It's like a mirror.
Tilt the
You have it, yeah? Sound. But the Wheelock family got us this. We went down to the protest a couple of weeks ago and we said a few words at it. And afterwards, they come up and handed us this frame and it says, Terence and Calvin, a big thank you for your support from the Wheelock family. And a picture of us at the Justice Media Awards. And it's just, what a touch from them.
Yeah.
Like, they're absolute legends, I swear to God. Like, we don't do it for any sort of fucking, like, genuinely, like, we don't like
Don't
do
do it
it
for
like that for
recognition.
recognition. Like, we don't do things for, like, fucking social media and all. Like, I think it's easy to go on and play the nice guy on social media, and I think people get caught up in that whole fake world. And, like, the whole life is a lie and it's fake. But people see through that pretty easy. And I think we're us. I think a lot of people, that's what most people say to me when they see me when I'm out there. Like, they're just so real. And I'm like, I love that. So I think it's easy. We could easily jump on a lot of things and be like, blah, blah, blah. But this one is close to home. Like, Terence Wheelock was a young fella from day one. We didn't know him personally. Like, but it's a tragic story with some weird circumstances and suspicions in it. And we done an episode, obviously, with Orla and Sinead, the Wheelock, the sisters of Terence, episode 28. If you want to go and listen to that, if you haven't already. But we done the episode with them. We go to the protest, but the last one we said a few words at it, and it was actually tough. It was like, oh, I got a bit emotional now when he's talking. I don't know why. Like I was ready to say what I was gonna say, and I had a good chat about police brutality and stuff like that, and the weird circumstances of the case, because we read the full GSOC report before we went in and done it. 'Cause we were like, let's be proper prepared for it. But when I started talking, I was like, I don't know. I was looking at the Wheelock family and all. I was a bit, I was a bit shocked then. I was like, oh, you bastards, yeah. But yeah, look, thanks to the Wheelocks.
Yeah,
always like
we're gonna put it in the set somewhere. We don't know how. We'll probably put a bleeding a table behind us, and we'll put the
we'll
frame on it.
somewhere. We told me to put it up in the studio, and obviously they didn't give it to us to put it up in the studio either. But yeah, like it'll look nice if we get somewhere to put it, and we'll have it in the background and the whole lot. But it's deadly, and thanks very much to the Wheelocks for that.
Actually, just think something popped into my head there when you said that. Like, we don't actually do it for the recognition, and it's mad though, because like we come in here and we just do this week on week. Remember you were saying like we could have a big episode, and next week it's just like, right, who's next, and it's like we just keep the train moving, and it's just, we are normal fellas. It's you know what, it's nearly anticlimactic when you meet us, because if people are like, oh, he's a normal fellas, and I'm like, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Like, I don't know what you were expecting.
That's what we always get, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what you were expecting.
But I think people love that. I don't think they're saying it in a...
Yeah.
But I think cultures, like we meet a lot of cultures as well, and I think they're like, oh, you are just normal. And we're like, what did you think we were? But they're never going to bump into us.
No.
You know?
But you need to realise as well, if you go through, say, the top 20 podcasts on Spotify at the moment, right? And go through and see how many people there were a celebrity or somebody with a high profile who then went and done a podcast. We're literally just too young to start doing a podcast. Yeah. So, like, we didn't have this recognition or anything like that and then come into this realm. We literally just start doing this for the crack, and now here we are. Well, it wasn't really for the crack, it was to prove a point, and now it's kind of evolved past that point, and now we feel like we have kind of a little bit of a responsibility to like educate and help, I don't know, promote certain things and talk about certain stuff, and just, yeah, that's how it is. But when we were talking about recognition there, yeah, them awards popped into my head, and I was like, do you know what, them awards are coming up, and there's a good chance we'll win. There's a good chance we won't win, though. And I was like, either way, does it define the podcast? No. Do you know what I mean? So let's say they were the 1st of September. I'm still going to come in here on the 2nd September and do this podcast.
Big time.
Award or no award. Like, recognition on that side means nothing.
Look, it's always nice for someone to pat you on the back and say, well done. But if there's no one behind me patting me on the back and I'm enjoying doing it, I'm still going to come in and
it doesn't define the podcast.
Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people get caught up in that. I think a lot of people get caught up in that world where they need people to be like reassuring them, no, you're great, no, you're great, no, you're great. Then you have these yes men around you and the whole thing, and then it just starts, oh, no.
But I tell you, one thing that will outweigh any award is the message we do get. And in particular, we're still getting messages now about last week's episode.
Yeah.
So things like that, like, I can't put a price on that.
You can't put a price on it. Like, even, like, sometimes I meet people and, like they're a bit shook. And they're like, I'm only shook like this because you, like, not me, yours literally helped change my life. Like, when I was listening to yours, like, I start going, I went into recovery then, blah, blah, blah. And them type of things, like, there's no, like, that fuck all recognition from, like, awards and from this and that, people patting you on the back. That type of thing is exactly what you do it for. Exactly what you do it for.
Exactly that. And just, we've had some little moments on this, like, great moments that I remember thinking, like, if we were to stop now and never do this again, I'd be like, this is one of the highlights. Do you know what come on the other day? Yeah, Murder was the case. And I was like, Jim Sheridan rapped that to us, not a bother to him. I was like, that was madness. These are the moments that we always say, Terence, this is not real. It's a simulation. This is the Matrix. Like, how did that happen? Yeah. Jim Sheridan rapping on the podcast, not a bother to him. Like, you know what I mean?
There's some mad moments. That is.
I seen there was a suggestion there to say do a best bits compilation.
I think somebody should do that for us.
Yeah, no words. I'm not fucking doing that. That's a lot of effort.
Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly. And I'm Brennan. You know, he's like, oh, and Ali said you can do a best bits compilation. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Sound.
Put it this way, just throwing it out there. Make a good TikTok video for somebody if they want to do it. Just
Yeah,
let us
if
know,
you
tag us.
want, there's a bit of recognition there for you.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's decent that you got a box
Yeah.
when you mess
Or
up.
just actually, you know what?
Stop.
Send us your best moments. The best, like, I don't know, one moment from any episode across all 84 or whatever.
And if there's multiple, make
Just send them
multiple.
all in
but
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
call
we'll
them
have a bit of crack with that. We'll have
Yeah.
I know what people is going to send in.
I know, yeah. Coolio standing on you, but here we are.
No, not that. Remember, all Liverpool fans is going to send the one in where you are like, but do a bit. Do a bit.
Sure,
You
look
know
at
you're finishing.
I'm gonna grab my hair out.
That's what all Liverpool fans send in. So, other than that one, oh, are we going to do a bit for this season? I don't think it's at there yet, do you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Another couple of years.
No, no.
I don't mean a couple of years,
I
but
don't
I
know.
mean,
I
you
think,
aren't there yet. I don't even think it's at there to fight for top 4 yet.
I think definitely top 4. Definitely.
Like, do you think it's like it's doable? Of course, it's
Yeah.
doable. But do you think you are in the running?
Yeah.
You don't think
100%.
Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs are ahead of us now?
No, not all of them. I think Chelsea. Have
Chelsea
question marks.
are in the top 4. Liverpool and City.
I think Chelsea have question marks.
Oh, do we?
I think so, yeah. I genuinely think Chelsea have question marks. You see Tuchel in press conferences now.
Yeah,
You see the
yeah.
way they are with their signings. Like, they've had a few coming in, but they've a few going out as well, and they still might have a few more.
Like Koulibaly replaced Rudiger. Good enough for me. Sterling coming in. Like Sterling. What way
still
will
think
they
they
play
need a
that? What
striker.
will they play that?
They'll play-
Front three.
Verma, Havertz,
Werner.
Sterling.
I like
I still think they need a striker.
I
And
like
number
it.
9.
I do like it, and I think Sterling and Werner will just swap up there, and I think that's brilliant. That's solid pace up there.
Havertz is the 9.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I
happened.
think they need another one. I think they need another 9.
Maybe.
Um,
Anyways, but
Because someone says Premier League predictions, yeah, and everyone always says top 4. Who do you think is going down?
do you know what it is? I don't pay enough attention to what the lower teams are doing in the transfer window. They'd be
Yeah.
like, these are like last season I was like Crystal Palace are fucked.
Yeah.
They were unbelievable
Yeah,
for years.
that's where
Turned them
we
into
come
Barca.
Yeah.
These youngsters coming through, Conor Gallagher and all, unbelievable.
In fairness, he got rid of like 14 players as well.
I was like, they're snookered. And this Vieira fella is clueless.
Yeah.
They came in, they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, but like, you know, teams that come up are really going to struggle. The likes of Wolves come up, did really well, and Leeds
Yeah.
come up, did well in the 4th season up, and a couple of teams come up, and you're like, you know, they're not going down. Like Brentford, I thought were a bit more safe than they were last season. Like they ended up being in a battle. Where when they
too
come up,
bad.
I was like,
Would they not say for about 4 to go?
yeah, no, they were, but there was a point.
Ericsson come in and lead and change them for the second half of the
That's
season.
it, but that's exactly what I was gonna say. There was a point when they were like
Yeah.
in the top half of the table, and then they were on a losing.
Yeah.
I was like, these are actually fucked.
Yeah.
Then Ericsson came in, they were like,
Yeah.
safe,
I got to make a shout now, yeah?
go.
Everything to go down.
They won't go down, but that's my dream. Ew,
Bro, they're a weaker side now than they were when they finished the season.
that might. If you ask me, hand on me. No, I'm gonna lie to you there. But
You'd rather see United go down.
I'd rather see United go down. But that's because of the likes of you and all, yeah.
Sound.
But if we didn't do this podcast and I didn't have to see you all the time,
Yeah.
right? And I hate Everton more than you, I
Yeah.
really, really do. Like you and me brothers and all doing me head in. Like, is it like just the garbage about United? I'm like, is I still shy? Is I've been shy for a decade, and there's still that talk about because when we were shy and we mentioned something, as well, like, oh, talking about the past, blah blah blah. That's literally United now. But when we say that, it's like, oh, big club, blah blah. But I hate Everton more than United. I hate them.
Do you
I hate
think they're
everything
going to
about them.
survive?
Yeah, but just because I'm saying that because
Right.
if they go down, it's even a bigger achievement for me.
Have you looked at... You're saying that to kind of downplay
Yeah.
the journey even more?
Like I think that there's definitely a possibility, but I'm like, oh no, they're not going to get down. They're not going to get down. So if they get down, I'll go back on it. Relapse 2.0.
Did you not see who they signed? They made one signing. Tarkovsky.
Yeah, Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Richarlison's gone. And there's
He's a dope box
2 or
that
3
Vinny
other
has.
squad players are gone as well, and the rest are all youngsters. But like they're a weaker side now than what got them up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could say that.
genuinely
Yeah,
think they're in
definitely.
trouble. I think they're really in trouble.
Yeah.
Really do. Because they weren't shit hot. They didn't finish the season on a high.
Dosh.
They came 17th or something. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say everything to get down and say I don't know because like Forest had to
message,
sign something
yeah.
like 15 players. What does that say?
Move on to the football talk. This is not a football podcast.
We can talk about what we want on this podcast now. Just
Sound
let you know.
down. Sound.
Oh, let's talk about Shelbourne for a while. will we?
Oh, we brought shells up now, we'd say. Now you can stay there for another 4 hours. Right, moving on. If the point of talking bollocks is to change perceptions of people from the inner city, would Terence stop starting on people? Would Terence not stop starting on people? I can't even get it out. This is from
That's a good question.
Tony.
That's yeah.
no.
Question, yeah. No.
Just because I start on people doesn't mean everyone from the inner city starts on me. Like, there's people from the inner city who rob push bikes. I don't rob push bikes. Do you get me? And there's people from the inner city who work well-paid jobs and have a good life. And I don't. Do you get me? I'm just trying
to justify, like, there's people in the inner city who do other things. Yeah, just let me start on people. Yeah, I don't want to give that up. That's what you're saying.
I hope, was that said in a joke way, Owen?
It's a bit hard to tell. It was text, like.
Yeah, but I mean, did he have a lamp face at the end? But Owen didn't say that. He says, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course it's a joke because I don't start on anybody. I'm actually like, Calvin always says to me, Terence, you need to actually stop saying that.
I only said it to you this morning.
Yeah, like,
Literally only said it to you this morning.
sometimes Calvin will say something to me that's like nothing. It's like, I can't even think of an example, but he'll say something like, think of something.
You would see somebody, like, would put a story up on Instagram of, like, something random, and then you'd be like, I reckon I could batter him, bro. And I'd be like, but why? Like, you don't need to.
It doesn't need to be violent.
Like, he doesn't even know that you're thinking this about him.
Yeah.
He's literally going about his day, and you're saying, I think
I'll
I'd
give
kill
him a box, like.
Yeah, I would kill him, bro.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you probably would, you probably wouldn't. But there's no need for you to try and prove that.
The thing is, it's all a joke with me. I hate fighting. I legit hate fighting. I hate everything about it.
That's why this thing is going to be good for you.
Yeah. Like, see this thing with John Kavanagh, this is legit.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm going to train hard, then I have to have a fight at the
And
end.
to make it
and it's like-
disciplined, though. It's going to be like, you're going to go from starting and everyone to be like, probably could kill him if I wanted, but I won't say it.
Yeah.
And it'll
Like,
stay
that's why, like, a lot of people going on to me about this, like, even Kiefer and all, and John himself and all, they're like, you're going to be, like, a legit MMA fighter at the end of this 20 weeks if you put the work in, but, yeah, at the end of it, I'll be like, someone will be like, I'll give you a box, and I'll be like, relax.
Yeah, you probably
Even
would.
out, I'll give him a little bell and all.
Yeah. You
I'll
probably
break
would.
because John Kavanagh came in the other week, yeah, and the boys were out in the balcony, right? So I went for the piss, and I come back in, and John was sitting down, so I was like, Bollox, I have to approach him by myself. You know, you can't walk past him and go, lads, come in. So I walked up, and I was like, John, what's the story? And he was sitting down. I was like, how's things? He stood up, looked me dead in the eyes, shook my hand, and gave me a little bow. I was like, that's a man, right, who's open, like, he's so vulnerable there to be for stick, like, but he's so like calm because he knows.
Was
he
it like
could-
Mortal Kombat? Fight!
yeah, literally. Like,
Bound.
he done that because he was like, I can kill you in 2 seconds, but I'm not going to do that because I'm a nice fella.
Yeah. So that's
And
what. And wouldn't
a
that be
frightened-
great if that was you at Christmas time?
Imagine, like, we had, like, Mick Conlon on again, and instead of, like, him getting out and lifting me going, I reckon I'd dig your head in, me going up and just being like, hi, Mick,
Yeah.
splendid evening.
Splendid.
Late, wouldn't it? But if that turns you into that person, I'll be the happiest man. But I'm just in case that wasn't a joke, I'm joking every time I say I'm going to give someone a.
In fairness, he only says it to people in this room. He
Yeah,
never
and
says
it's-
it to anyone outside this
Yeah.
room.
And it's always someone who I know will kill me if they grow up.
Maybe, yeah.
Like Mick, John. I actually didn't tell John I'd give him a box.
No.
Kiefer.
Yeah.
There's a few others, I can't think of them.
Emma Brennan.
Emma Brennan.
Literally, Tom O'Carty. Every single fight we've had on the podcast. You didn't say it to Pierce O'Leary.
Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah, like he's the only one you didn't say it to.
Because
What's
they're
up
around
with
the
that?
same weight as me. It's like, Willie, yeah, right, let's fight. The other lads, if I got a box and I get sparked, I'm like, yeah, look at the size of him. Can't even have a laugh anymore. Do you get me? Do you think you'll keep doing live shows at bigger venues, or would you like to keep doing Vicar Street, the 3 Arena someday?
I like the idea of doing bigger venues because I like the progression.
Same.
I like that we went from Liberty Hall to Vicar Street and then like hopefully move on to something bigger again and keep going and then eventually get to the 3 Arena. Nothing on Liberty Hall. Liberty Hall was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Vicar Street
A
was
great
brilliant.
venue.
There's nothing wrong with the venues, but just for progression size in terms of capacity, yeah, I'd like to keep going bigger.
Yeah, same. And I think, what am I going to say here? I want, like, too many people come up to us and they're like, do the 3 Arena.
Yeah, as if it's our choice. No, we're just doing Vicar Street for the crack.
We're just doing the, like it's not that easy.
No.
It's not that easy. And then, come here, it's not that easy to sell that out at full capacity either, because we could book the 3 Arena and get it draped up in bits and pieces. And there's no harm in doing that. If any acts ever do that, there's no harm in doing that. But if we're ever doing the 3 Arena, I want that full capacity. It's not easy to sell. I don't know how many tickets there is. It might be like 10,000,
I think
11,000.
it's 8, 7.5, 8. I think.
Is
it
it?
Yeah.
Right.
When it's like that, yeah. On that type of gig, it has to be like that. Yeah.
But
But
it's
that's
not
still
easy
a
to
lot.
sell that amount of tickets.
No.
Like, I'm not saying that we definitely wouldn't, but let's, like, there's no rush. Why? There's no need to be like, just book the train in and just say we don't know. Let's do it. We do a little climb. I want to do a little tour as well, even before we
That's
do that.
I'd actually rather do that. If you gave me the option and said you could play 500-seater venues around the country, or you can sell out the Train Arena next week, I'd rather do the 5 around the country.
I disagree. But
That's what I'd rather do.
I would love to do that on the journey to the train arena.
That'd be good crack, wouldn't it?
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
a lot, that is.
But
Oh, shit.
it's doable. It's doable. Actually, there's a question that's not here. I don't even think we was sent into you on, so it's nothing on you. But I seen someone sent in a question. It was a couple of weeks ago, I think, and it was something about the YouTube and the audio. What would you prefer? Blah blah blah. That YouTube hampers us.
Yeah.
Like, there's only cons to us posting on YouTube.
We literally said this the other day. It's more negative than anything else. It's been nothing but negativity since we went to YouTube.
Like, it's like the only reason we post them on YouTube is because we started it, and we're like, there's no point just pulling it away now. It's a bit of a prick me off the thing to do. Like, but there's more cons than pros to you. We don't get paid off.
No.
We don't get paid off YouTube. We don't. Like, the comments is like, there's always something smart to say in the YouTube comments, or there's negative comments on it, and then there's like, the viewers on YouTube aren't a fraction of the listens we do
Yeah, on other platforms, yeah.
on every other platform. Like, you go on to it and you're like, you see like John Kavanagh's episode has about 10k views now. Like, there's on the audio, there's an awful lot more, and thank God for that, because
Yeah.
the audio is better. So I know some people is like, oh, I'd just rather watch it. Some people listen and watch, which is great. But like, I think like, if people are going on to, like, if people are hearing now Talking Bollox is a big podcast and they went onto YouTube and seen the views, they go, well, they're only doing like 10k and 12k and this k and that k. But if you actually look deeper into it, so I think that actually just hampers us more than that.
Yeah.
YouTube, in my opinion.
I am in favour of moving the video to Spotify.
Yep.
I don't know how
It
we go
makes
about it.
perfect sense. And if we do that, at least then we can stop the YouTube.
Yeah,
There's no, YouTube does nothing for us.
Yeah.
I'm doing it to please you.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd love to have the video on Spotify.
yeah. So
How do we do that?
I don't know how exactly you do it, but you can do it, because I used to think it was only Joe Rogan. I was like, well, look at, obviously he's
Spotify.
100 million that they're paying. Of course, he can do what he wants there. And then I remember I was on it a few weeks ago on some random podcast, small time podcast. Never heard of them before. They're not in the charts or anything, and they had video, and I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? What's going on here? So it can be done. I just don't know how to go about it. So I've got to
Owen
look into
Brennan owns the go. Owen is going to come up with something for us.
it. Right. Can you talk about how you feel before a deep episode and how you prepare? Aaron asked that.
Prepare for the episode.
Yeah.
Anxious.
Deep episode.
Anxious. Like, last week I was so on edge. But I was so on edge. I'm just going to go with last week's one because the more recent one, we've had an awful lot of deep episodes. Like, the Wheelock one was also deep as well. And you don't know. Right, I'm going to talk about last week's one. Last week's one, I was very anxious coming over, and I was like, very nervous. And to me, Sarah, because she is a survivor of a sexual assault and a very violent one as well. And you don't know how to approach that person. And I don't know. It's like, sometimes, yeah, I think that's my point there. It's like, it's hard to approach someone, and then during the episode, then you're thinking, I need to ask a question here, and if I ask it this way, does this sound too wrong? Is this too forward? Is this... And it's very, like, nerve-wracking. And then after it as well, you're, like, feeling the effects of what that person's at the feeling nearly. Not the effects of what the person's at the feeling, but you're like, fuck me, like... Some of them was like a counselling session, and then some of them was like, that person's at the going through an awful time. Fuck me, man, and it hits you.
I think last week's is a great example because you knew it was going to be deep. Like, Sarah was coming in to tell a story, we knew it was going to be deep, but sometimes the episodes just swing that way. They just go that way, and it's like unintentionally, we didn't mean it to be deep.
Yeah.
And it just happens. And as well, that when you only meet them, like, these people don't know us, we don't know them, and you're like, oh, like, usually we're outside bouncing around, and you're like, right, we try and be a bit more reserved and calm when people come in, give them a good handshake, do you want a drink, do you want a coffee, and you're like, that's on your mind, and then when you know it's going to be a deep conversation, you're like, how are we going to get into it? What are we going to say to get into this? And last week's a perfect example because you could see it was like, right, I've eaten around the bush. Let's just do this. And then after it, you do need to decompress as well. You need to just relief. You're sweating. It's nice to just go outside and chill out for a few minutes, and then just forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's good that we record on either Monday, Tuesday, and then it goes out on a Thursday. You have a few days to kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And then it's out there, and then it's just right. That's on to the next one then, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I think like for the Thursday, the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday, like for them couple of days, you're getting constant messages about other people's battles with it, which is no harm, and text us, whatever you want, text us, everything stays anonymous and all that carry on. But like you're getting them messages in, and it's almost like more waves of it, and then it's like, well, see on a Sunday or Monday comes around, you're like, right, next episode lingers on.
Yeah.
Let's do this one.
In terms of preparation, we don't usually prepare. Like, it depends on the topic. It's nice to sometimes look up stories like that and have statistics just to back her up, because you might be thinking something and you'd be like, oh, I always thought this was this way, and then you look up and it's not. So you don't want to catch yourself out in the podcast like that. Like, I always thought the sky was red, and someone goes, no, it's blue, and you'd be like, oh, I should have looked that up today. You know, things like that.
To be honest, I think I actually never do a lot of prep. To be honest, most people we have on we're interested in.
Yeah, which is
Like,
good, because then you can just ask follow-on questions
Yeah, no.
off the cuff because you're genuinely interested.
Exactly. So like it's a rare occasion when someone comes in and one of us is like, oh, I don't really know or whatever. So like preparation isn't like usually a thing, but we definitely
No, but in terms
know a lot about.
yeah, if you want like a stat to back up a point, like that 14% of rape cases brought to the police end up in court. Like that there, like that's a shocking statistic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, as you said, yeah, having a genuine interest. You have to have a genuine interest in the guest. We've never had somebody on who we wouldn't be genuinely interested, because that's just genuinely disrespectful then. Like, oh,
Genuinely, do you reckon?
just sit there, come on, we'll have a little chat. You know?
Yeah.
But it is, but that's what we are. We are genuine fellas, no?
I think I've heard the word genuine more in this episode than I ever have in my whole life.
Yeah, and then
Genuinely.
last question. Will you wish me a happy birthday, please? Grania, almost 30. So what do you mean you're almost 30? You're 29 then, so it's not your birthday.
Or 28.
Yeah.
You're almost 30.
I'm not though. My boy says that. So I'm not even 29 yet. I'm 20.
But you're almost
But
30.
I'm 28 until I'm 29, and then I'm 29 until I'm 30. Grania, how old are you? Happy birthday. Why'd you not just say I'm going to be 30 if you're 29? My head is wrecked. Could you be 31? Because like that was almost 30 as well.
It could be.
Like if I said to you, how much you reckon that meal is going to cost? And you said,
Almost a
that was
tenner,
almost
but it's
30 quid.
10.50.
I was 31. Yeah.
What was that come in there? Almost 30 obviously means 29
Jinx.
exclamation mark.
Doesn't obviously mean that. That's very ambiguous.
Yeah, happy birthday, Grania, you little smoothie.
Right.
I hope a fella isn't listening, or if she has a fella or something like that, and he's like, who's that little fool think he is?
Terence going to start. Look at there.
Oh, it's Diggy said it!
Terence automatically assumes he's going to have to fight with everybody. Who's that fella going to have to fight with him? You know what I mean?
It's a joke, it's a joke.
What do you think about all the young people vaping these days?
Childish. Do you know what annoys me, right? You annoy me as well, right? Honest to God, you've done my head in. I got called vaping before,
Bro,
right, listen to me. If you are a smoker, right, and then you're off the smokes, then you're out and you're having a few drinks and you vape here and there and it's getting rid of the itch or whatever, and it's like, makes sense. You're a 28-year-old man. And I caught you taking a few blows. You were vaping even the next month. You were out in the night out with COVID taking a few.
I know exactly when I was. I'll tell the whole truth to this story. I'm just going to let you tell all the lies. Go on.
No, that's a fact on me,
Right.
man's life. He tried the vaping when we were out on a night out.
Right.
And then the next morning, I video called, you're bored. And you were in the car. And she said, give me that fucking vape back. That's exactly what she said. And I'm like, you're 28. Don't become reliant on something that you don't need.
Right, I just want to make one observation first. You're the only person I know that actually smokes.
Oh, I smoke since I'm 9, bro.
You're the only person that actually smokes. No one else smokes anymore. It's like it's just non-existent.
Oh, no, yeah.
You're the only fella that's keeping John Player Blue in business.
Oh, no.
How Johnny's sitting there rubbing his hands together. Terry's paying for the Christmas party this year.
Yeah, 20 quid for a box of smokes,
I
man.
know, yeah. And yeah, another thing about smokes, why are they in odd numbers? What you get the other day? 27. That's a stupid number for smokes.
Oh, it gives me anxiety, yeah.
And there's other numbers, can you get like 11 or something like that. No.
think you can get like 31 or
So
something.
what is that? Like, it's like bingo. But that night was forbidden fruit. Yeah. We stopped at the centre at Yogaff. My board went in to get, don't know what she got, something random, and a vape. I was like, what are you doing getting a vape? And she goes, oh, I'm just getting it. And that was grand. And the next day, it was in the car. We went to the waterfall for a swim.
Yeah, right.
And like, I was looking at me, and I done a blow over there, and I was like, this is fucking, this is stupid. I don't see the point in this. And I thought the throat taught me. And then I was messing, just blowing the puffs of smoke everywhere. And that was it.
Yeah, and I was annoyed about it.
It was a 20-minute period in my life, and you were like, you're going around vaping and all. 20 minutes.
You don't. I did. Now that I think about it, I made it out like you're vaping.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You vaped twice and I didn't like it. It didn't suit you.
I took 2 blows of a vape ever.
Didn't suit you. I was annoyed at you on the night.
I didn't do it on that night.
Yeah.
I did it the next day in the car. She was doing it on the
I have a fucking picture of you in the middle of a tent vaping.
Me vaping. Are you sure? I want to see this. I can't believe that.
The two of us is blowing smoke in the picture.
She was doing. I took the picture of yours.
No, I have
Yeah,
the picture.
I don't
Anyways, Calvin doesn't vape, but I call him vaping. And
Well,
it annoyed
vaping
me 'cause
is-
I'm like, you're 28, don't, because like, you actually can get addicted to them. Like
I'm far
easily.
from addicted because I dropped it in and there.
I know.
But-
I'm just saying. But so that's annoying, right? For anybody who does. So, but then there's like 15-year-olds getting vapes.
Them disposable vapes they
Going
can
around
buy over the
vaping.
counter.
I'm like, that
But
is.
did something not come out that they're more dangerous than cigarettes?
Yeah, I always hear that garbage. I doubt it. Like,
You think smoking's definitely worse than vaping?
yeah, there's no question about it in my mind. But someone's gonna come in and hit me now with the facts.
Can we get a quick fact check there?
Like, it's like,
Not to catch 30 out, genuine curiosity. I'm nearly sure he's saying that long-term effects vaping outweighs smoking.
yeah. But so how do you even know the long-term effects if they're only out about 20 minutes? No one has had a long-term time.
Vapes are going the last, say, 10 years.
Yeah, but these
10 years,
now,
Mm.
it's mainly people only doing now these flavoured vapes. That's what people are on about. The other vapes like that around the years, they're normal. Yeah, actually, anybody who
normal?
bought them ones were getting off the smokes. These vapes now, everybody's just vaping because they're popular and they have a flavour and whatever. These are only new yokes, so there's no long term. Nobody can tell
I
me.
thought you
there's
could always get the flavour vape.
no. Oh, you could. You could get flavours for the
big yo jokes.
the
that's
big
like a
docker
fucking
yoke.
iPhone.
Yeah,
You have
them
to
one-
charge like a
but see-
walkie-talkie.
See these disposable flavour jokes?
Yeah.
They're only new yokes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You shouldn't be able to. They should be like smokes. You only have to be over 18 to buy smokes. Should be over 18 to buy that.
I think they are already. There's nicotine in them.
This is 14-year-olds outside
Yeah.
smoking.
They're getting them somehow or another, yeah. I'd say they're getting them in them local shops, you know, like them local shops. I used to go and get smokes and all, when I was about 14 as well.
Going in with a letter off your man that you clearly wrote outside yourself.
You actually,
Yeah, give
and
Terence
that
smokes,
mad
please.
that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Like my man Betty and all used to send me down to the shop years ago, where I know it'd be like 10 blue. That's how long ago it was. You don't do 10 smokes anymore for years.
They do 11 now.
Be like-
14 blue.
10 John Player blue for Betty.
Yeah.
Thanks. And I just go and hand it at the shop and just give you 10 blue.
Yeah, because they usually know who the person is and they'd rat you then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or sometimes you go in and they'd know and you'd be like, are they for you, man? And you'd be like, oh, and just leg it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's mad that used to be. Yeah, stop vaping, will you? It's fucking very childish.
Yeah, especially people that never smoked.
Yeah, like if you used to smoke and now this is like a fucking, what's that word?
A
Substitute.
substitute, yeah.
This is substitute for a smoker.
And actually try and get off the smokes as well. Don't be like, you used to smoke 20 a day, now I just vape all day, every day. No, like try and break that
Yeah.
down and not vape 24/7. And do you know what I mean? Actually get off the smokes.
Yeah.
You know the way when you're addicted to something, you wean yourself off it gradually. Do that.
Yeah.
I just don't think it could hurt not to vape. Simple as.
Yeah. It's only because it's trendy. Anyways, moving on. Have we anything else to talk about? Because I'm going home to bed. I'm bollocksed.
Terence has had enough.
I'm at that. I had enough before I came in the door. I had.
Next week, yeah.
Hopefully I'm
go
in a
up at half four.
routine by now.
Yeah. Don't go up at 4:30,
Right?
right? Don't go to sleep.
This is what Calvin does to me. Calvin's literally me SNA.
SNA.
Like,
I
literally.
should be getting paid carers allowance.
Yeah.
First Tuesday every month. I want a
Few
chicken's
quid
neck.
From my parents.
Yeah.
See the way I can't say my own name, that annoys me. Right, we're going to wrap this up, I think.
Yeah, why not? See us next week. Take us out there, Chris.
Boom!
Subscribe to this podcast for free on the Go Loud app.
What you waiting for? Put your back in it. Just a little more. Throw your weight in it now. Tell your body you're 10. Walk it hard and long. When you finish that.
The hip knocker.
Go down, go down, go down.